I saved her $50 at the store, $40 first time, 50, 60 every time off what Instacart prices were. And now I'm doing shops for her and I've done 5. And the last time she paid me $80. So I get my grocery money, but she tipped me $30 before. So I see that. But then when I was done, she tipped me another 30 and she gave me the last 3 times to her. It's your business. You can have some defaults and stuff. But I think once you do 1 or 2 shops for somebody, I think they start to really see, wait a minute, it's the same guy, it's A+ service, and I'm tipping him, but I'm spending $60 less.
Let's transition to dumplings. How do I start with dumpling? Let's go like real basic. How do we start?
I start all these apps. I get on them. I do all this. But it took me even a while to really... I was asking Hannibal what the name of my dumpling store should be for a month. Shop with Steve. It's nothing cool at all. It's just... I didn't even pick it. It defaulted it.
You just went with it.
Like when I set it up, finally, it's just like Shop with Steve. I'm like, there it is.
Yeah, there you go. That works.
But I'm like, now I've got like 5 stars. It's gone great for me. But when you onboard, it's so much different that it feels tougher, but it really isn't. It really isn't. If you sit down for an hour, maybe even less, but definitely if you sit down for an hour, you can fine tune your profile page on Dumpling.
Right.
And you can always change it, the language. I want to change mine, in fact, on my profile page already. I'm already starting to see things, but so there's strategies and stuff. There's the Dumpling University that you can use. There's live hour times that they will help you because they understand we're in a different scenario here. You have to find customers. Yes, people ask me, can I be found if I don't go get my own customers? Yes, but all the best, most successful dumpling people I know maybe got 1 or 2 of those, but really they landed their clients. But here's the thing, guys. If you're thinking, I couldn't do that, I wouldn't know people, but I wouldn't know how to start all this. All you need is 1. Get 2 maybe. One of those people is going to refer you to another. That one might refer you to 2 more. And this is how everybody on Dumpling starts. And this is how it's been working for me. I'm not going door to door. I'm not doing anything with my Instacart orders yet. But with the bigger one, I don't take them. But with the bigger Instacart orders, I might start taking them and doing that because I am allowed to. And I actually, even like what Dashing Trader's doing, and if I do it, I will tell you guys, same thing he's doing. Don't do this. Especially if you like Instacart, don't do what I'm going to do. Because what I am going to do, I've actually looked into it, following the law, everything. I am within the constraints of the TOS, even though it seems like, no, like you're stealing customers. No, I'm an independent contractor. And if I am not an employee, I am allowed to solicit even while on a job. It get complicated because will I go all the way up the highest courts with these guys? No. But do I know lawyers? Do I have a lawyer? Yeah. Will I have a letter drafted to them? Yeah.
Yeah.
Will I do it for content's sake? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put it up on my channel too.
Steve, what you said earlier, and what Ryan is saying, Austin, if you are in a good market, like you said, it's probably even a better idea to start where you get this Dumpling app, you get your account, you have a store, like a virtual storefront, and you do some hustling. If you're seeing the same people all the time as you do these deliveries, you can say, hey, I actually do this on the side. Here's my card, or here's my profile. Check out this link. They will want to work with you if they already been with you. So like you're saying, it only takes 1. And then it starts to snowball because a lot of people, they have to order groceries. They're using these apps, but it's going to take some hustle. If you're looking just to turn on the app and just wait for it to come, then you're just with everyone else suffering. Depends on what the market, but you're with everyone else. But if you're able to take people out of the random drawing when they go on their Instacart and their Walmart, whatever apps, and get someone they can see every single week, that's where it starts to really make a lot of difference in terms of, and Steve, how much money does Dumpling take out of the order, or how much money they take out when you have your client?
Okay, so the starter package is $0, okay? The Pro is $29. Here it is. The Pro is $29 and Tycoon is $99. So let's take Tycoon out of it for now. But Pro gets you 2 cards. So Marissa and I. Marissa's in Boulder. I'm in Denver.
Yeah.
If we get to a point where now she's coming up on tax season, so she's going to be swamped. But if she wanted to do this after tax season, and we wanted to go to Pro, I could give her a card. I have a card. We could be working 2 different markets. Now, the thing that I saw in this, if you look at this, you guys, you'll see 3.9%. So the starter, no monthly fee. You pay 3.9% plus 30% credit card processing on groceries and your earnings. And it says, in addition to the 5% platform fee, the 5% platform fee goes to the customer. That's what they pay Dumpling, 5% of the groceries. And again, let's also talk about, this is the real grocery price. You get your discounts, you get your digital coupons, you get everything. So you're automatically right there, you're saving $40-$50 on a $300 order.
Right.
Or most people are, if not more. But so on the first one, okay, it's free. And the 5% is on both starter and pro. So that's the customer. But so the 3.9 and 30% for groceries and my earnings. So everything I earn plus the groceries. What Holly was saying was that, so if you look here, it's 2.7%. That, when I saw that's not enough to make me go, until I have a lot of clients to go, am I really is it worth $29 a month? But here's the thing, it says, and plus 30-cent credit card processing fee. But here's the thing, that it only applies to, on the pro, to my earnings. It doesn't apply to the $300 grocery bill.
Oh, okay.
So if there's $300 in groceries, I'm saving $10 by being on the starter with every shop.
Gotcha. So you definitely recommend just get to the starter, just to get your first client.
I was on pro when I started, because I have a link that gets you, I think if you do 10 shops, it gets you like $300 back if you do them in 60 days or something. And you get the pro when you're doing that 60 days. So I had that for a while, and I was using the Dumpling University, but even most of that's available to the starter. But yeah, you can use all the things of Dumpling, but I moved to the starter because I only had one client, and it was barely. Now I've landed a second, and I now have three. And so it might not sound like a lot to you guys, but my second client that I got started off tipping me fairly low. I saved her $50 at the store, $40 first time, 50, 60 every time off what Instacart prices were. And now I'm doing shops for her, and I've done 5. And Hannibal, you saw it, the last time she paid me $80. She pre-tipped me $20 or $30. You can set your percentage on the groceries on how much you want to take. There's some suggestions. So Holly and I might talk about that, and that's a more detailed thing because she does a different strategy than me. But I'm doing 15% right now and hoping on bigger tips. I might end up changing my strategy. Who knows? But right now, that's what I'm doing. So I get my grocery money, but she tipped me $30 before. So I see that. But then when I was done, she tipped me another $30, and she gave me the last 3 times to her. She's given me so much, but $5 cash to just carry the groceries into the house. I always say, like a human, instead of throwing it in the dirt.
Yes, that's
because to me that it blows my mind, dude. Like, why would you go spend all this, and especially with how much they are now? Like, why would you go spend all this on groceries to be thrown in the dirt?
Yeah, of course.
That's what Instacart does. So you're just leaving it on the dirt or a bench or whatever you got. I mean,
Yeah. Outsider said he completed a goal. He used your promo code. If you remember it, we'll put it in the description. And Ryan says, so I can be a tycoon and basically have others working for me. Steve has talked to many Dumpling shoppers who have employees that have people working underneath them. He said out in Jersey and other parts of the country.
Yeah, Atlantic City is Celeste, and a couple others that I've had on are some of the best dumpling shoppers in the country. And Celeste now has employees, believe it or not. I'm not talking about gig workers. She has employees, W-2 employees.
That's crazy. But we're at the very beginning here. How did you get your first client? What was that process? Was it someone you knew, friends?
So I just knew. So I know and I still know of a few people I haven't approached yet because I want to get to know this a little better, who use Instacart. And not quite to my extent, but I hear them complain about it because they know that I do gig work. They know that I'm all the time digging into it. They know I do my podcast and all this. And they're like, why is Instacart so bad with the pricing? Oh my God, that's a huge flare for me to approach them because, hey, let's talk. Yeah. Because you can also make a deal with somebody. You can do however you want. It's your business. You can have some defaults and stuff. But I think once you do 1 or 2 shops for somebody, I think they start to really see, wait a minute, it's the same guy, it's A+ service, and I'm tipping him, but I'm spending $60 less. Maybe I should tip him more. And both of the out of the 3 clients, the third one, I've only done one thing for, and it was just recently. But the other 2 are, if you go to my profile, I only have 3. It says 2 recurring clients. So both of them are coming back to me. If you have a family member who is older, give them a break, and or even if they're not older, give somebody a break on the price. If they know people, tell them you'll almost do it for free, dude. Give me 5 clients and I'll do your shopping for free every week. I don't know, make a deal, dude, because really what you need is that word of mouth. And if people are thinking, well, it's not really going to work, you'd be surprised. And it's not an upper class, middle class, it's an every class thing, because everybody's using Instacart.
So everyone is shopping. And a lot of old, like you said, the older folks, they may not be interested in going out to the grocery store. Some people like it, some people don't like it for health reasons, just don't have the time. So I think friends and family usually the first customers in the business.
Being really nice. I think that introducing yourself and being polite and just all the, until you know them, maybe they're like really kooky and out of control too, and then you're fine. Get to know them, get to show them that like you're not going to throw their stuff in the dirt. You're going to call them when something isn't in, because most Instacart shoppers, let's face it, they just say nope. They don't sit there in an aisle and wait for you to reply, because most customers don't reply.
Yeah.
So you're just standing there waiting for something, and then it's going to be, hey, they're out of this item, but then you're going to find 5 more items they're out of. So I hate to say it, but it almost is the right move just to say they're out.
Yeah, time is money. You guys,
because otherwise you might get into a fight with them too. If they say get this instead and you get the wrong thing, you could get a bad rating for that. And that's so stupid. It's almost like you're safer to just go, they didn't have it.
Yeah.
Whereas with Dumpling, it's my business. They get a notification when I start the shop. And then I also always tell them, hey, I'm going to do your shop today right around 12. So it'll be between the 12 and 2 block. Keep your phone around. You don't have to leave anything on. And if I have any questions, I'll send you a message through the app. And it also goes to their text too. If Instacart accidentally, knock wood, but if they accidentally deactivated me and Ryan tomorrow, sorry to say, Ryan, but if they accidentally deactivate you, you got no recourse, bro. And nobody, that's not market to market. That's all the apps now. You have no recourse anymore.
Yeah.
If they deactivate you, you're deactivated, and they are literally told not to even work with you anymore. So like even no reps, nothing can help you. You're done.
And the interesting thing is that Dumpling's support system is the big difference between that and Instacart, where again, you're dealing with Instacart. It's all these driving support apps are. It's a pain in the neck. Dumpling, as you talked to me about this, they extend credit lines. Because they really try to make this work and not frustrate you compared to the other apps.
Guys, is that so Instacart, you're just getting it and you pay for it and then you get your groceries. I'm giving you a receipt. Instacart doesn't give you the receipt for a reason.
Yeah, they tell you not to give it. Why?
You don't even get it. You're not giving the receipt to the people because Instacart uses their pricing. So how would that look if it's, hey, this costed $320, but we charged you $350? But then they're going to say, why'd you charge me a platform, a service, of this fee? That,
yeah.
Why is there $40 more added on? Plus I'm paying an upcharge on every grocery.
Oh, yeah, because it's like, yo, don't, I remember when I did it, it's been a minute ago, they're like, no, don't give them the receipt.
The other thing to that too is that, if you go on the Dumpling app and it says prices across the board, what they do, because I got a little confused by this too, is you might see a price like for Kroger or whatever you have in your area Safeway that is for an item, and then it's not that price. It might be less even on Dumpling. What Dumpling does is they use a national average for the things, because they can't update every store's prices every day. They just can't. And Dumpling and Instacart doesn't need to, because Instacart doesn't use the store's prices; they use their own. Which is you guys need to really think about that one. That's a very scary thought. People who shop Instacart, start telling them.
Yeah, but I think
that way.
Your advice.
What are you doing with Instacart?
Your advice about the people that's in your inner circle, friends, family, people who already trust you.
Yeah.
And if they already said, you could ask them, hey, do you use this card? Do you use Uber Eats, grocery? How's your experience? And you're like, oh, it's not that great. That's your in. Hey, I'll do it for you. And you, like I said, give them a discount. That's how you start your business. And my first Rover client, I didn't get paid a lot of money. I just wanted to get some reviews on the board. I wanted to get some points up. That's how it is. Okay, I may not take the best client, so that I'm not necessarily trying to get the best of the best right off the bat. I need to get some reviews up. So then when someone does search, it's possible once you get a few reviews, clients are going to come to you, because the Dumpling, you're looking for a shopper, you put your code in, And if you're up there with 10 reviews, all 5 stars, that client's coming to you. I definitely agree with you, Steve.
Here's my thing with family, though. Family's one thing, and family's going to do great. Oh, you should try Hannibal or you should try Steve. But it's family, and even the people know that, that they're talking to. That becomes a little bit like, oh, you mean your son? Like, okay.
But you know what? It's better than nothing.
No, it is.
It's better than nothing.
But if you have a good friend even that uses Instacart even from time to time or whatever, tell them, because friends are different and they will get the word out to other people. Trust me.
Yeah.
Especially like moms. Like I have a lot of friends who are moms, like in their 40s, whatnot. They're moms, they're married. They have very busy schedules. They work too. And they do the grocery shopping, but they don't want to. And they've tried Instacart and they hate it because they're just like, why am I spending $400 on $280 worth of groceries?
Yeah.
When it's all said and done. And that's with a minimal tip. And here's the thing that I enlighten some of them to. Funniest part is, why is the driver making $9 for $7? And unless you tip, because some of them are like, it gets so high up there, I'm not tipping like I would at the bar. I'm like, we need to. And they're like, but then it gets to $130. I'm like, an extra $150 instead of $120. But really, if you don't tip that extra $30, the driver's making nothing.
Yeah, it's just a bad system. And I think with Dumpling, it's a better experience for everyone. Just going through your head and going through the system. Okay, I can start the starter program, pay nothing a month, get a few clients, just get one. I think the difference is, and the reason why
you can use Dumpling University. And guys, if you're wondering, like, well, I don't need that, I can figure apps out really quick. I will tell you, this is so much different. And I've even run businesses, but this is so much different that it is very helpful. They're there. They're local, and you're not ever talking to anybody out of country. You're always talking to somebody that's a bonus. It's a huge bonus. And all of the Dumpling crew isn't even scattered around the United States. They're all in one call center, and they're all Dumpling shoppers. One of Joel's things is that you have to be a shopper to be working on the university team, because otherwise you wouldn't know.
You have no idea what's going on. Yeah,
so you're talking to people who do this.
Yeah.
So there's people who are telling you things, and if you have questions, like, they'll tell you how to build some clients. They have different strategies. And a lot of them might not be ones you'd use. Go to city council stuff. Go to this. Put up flyers at the store. Hey, are you being overcharged by Instacart? Contact me. I'm a personal shopper. Here's my profile. So they can go to your profile. And in the beginning, you might not have a lot of reviews. I have 6 5-stars now. I have 2 returning clients. Now I can go put up a flyer at my local market.
Yeah. All that helps.
Yeah, because now they can go there and go, okay, he's got 6 reviews. And then I always have in there, hey, call me if you need to.
But I am interested to know about Holly, because Holly is like the real pro of Dumpling. So I can't wait for you guys to have your live stream, because I think she put some, was it like magnets on her car? I'm definitely interested about that. Your upcoming strategy on Instacart customers and bringing them. Steve is doing this for himself. This is his strategy.
I'm the dashing trader of Instacart. So I'm gonna first say, don't do this. Don't do this, guys. Here's the thing. I've had Instacart on my phone for 15 months. I took a few orders when I first signed up for it because I was doing a shipped Instacart challenge. I found myself during the holidays only doing ship because there were no good orders on Instacart in my market. So I never went back to it, but I turned on Instacart almost daily just to see, is this the day where there's a good offer? There never is. And a lot of them are small and stuff. And so my initial thing was, I'm going to staple it to every bag. I'm not, because that would require me taking all these horrible offers. Now, I still might take a bad offer even in my market, but if it's going to have to be a big one for one. I need to see a lot of items, because I want to know that you're a big shopper, because that becomes more worth it to me. Because if you're just looking for 7-Eleven 10 items, I'm not your guy.
No.
If that's how we're going to make our relationship, that's not
good. For a weekly, look at someone who needs groceries for the entire week or 2 weeks or whatever. You need someone they're planning their entire grocery. I got a family, I'm busy, I don't want to be bothered shopping. You take care of it every Tuesday.
Yeah. So the second client I got was the one she told me that she was using Instacart a lot. The prices started getting worse like they do. And she was already not happy with that. but she also has the money to spend. She just was like, what is going on? Why am I paying this much? There's got to be something better. So when I came up to her, she was waiting for something like me to come and approach her and say, hey, here's that better you've been looking for. And here's why. So it takes a little bit of a pitch, but you can learn all that very quickly. Like just by setting up your profile, you'll get the gist of it. But the bottom line is she's spending less for this. Let's say she did an Instacart order one week and then she did the exact same items with me the next. If she could tip me $50 or she tipped me $60, and she said if I made that order on Instacart with a $10 tip, I would pay more on Instacart than tipping you $60.
Yeah.
Now that's because of the overpricing of the items, but it's mostly because of the digital coupons. That savings comes right off, and it's the real price at the store. I'm bringing her the receipt, so she's getting her gas points, everything.
Yeah, it's a better experience.
I'm her shopper now.
Yeah,
she counts on me, and she's even told me I had moved to a every other week Instacart because I don't mind doing my shopping sometimes, but there's some things that I just don't like carrying that much stuff. So she was doing it. So she might have even been one of those people who was getting like 4 cases of water that everybody hates. Yeah. That kind of stuff. Like every other week when she'd do Instacart, she was ordering the stuff she didn't want to carry.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah, if it's going to be crap, you work it. But now she's to a point where she said that because of the savings, she can just afford to shop through me every week.
That's awesome.
So I just turned a person who tried to be weekly with Instacart, found too many flaws in it, and said, screw it, and said, but I still need it a little bit, so I'll use them every 2 weeks, to go back to weekly because they're like, if it's you every time, I'm all over it.
Yeah, Brian has some great ideas. His senior living facilities will be a gold mine for prescription pickup. I'm sure all of those people have a few nightmare stories about an Instacart shopper or a Ship shopper being totally unprofessional, not getting anything, or just being annoying. And also savings. Savings is a huge deal, obviously, in senior citizen, because their budgets are probably fixed into how crazy inflation is right now. It's all of the legwork in the hustle. It's a step above hustling of turning on the apps and going outside. Can you sell yourself? Can you put some flyers? Can you put some more effort into what's going on? And we didn't really talk about like hourly pay, but Gary says you said a minimum payout as well. Mine would be 20. If you calculate how much you've been paid hourly, like you break that down.
I think what Gary's saying there is, okay, you don't have to put in that, but I recently did because Holly had suggested I didn't see the field. I just went back in there and added it because I'm doing 15% right now, and then I default to a 10% tip. Holly does 20% of the grocery bill and defaults to an 18% tip. Oh. So if you do the two, Holly's asking for. People cannot do the 18%. She's asking for 38%. I'm asking for 25%, and you can still go higher with that too. And as we've seen, I've got after tips. So is she too, even at her percentage. But the Dumpling University recommends that however you break it down, you don't go over 25%.
Okay.
So if you ask for 15% tips, you should be asking for 10% of groceries. If you ask for 20% of groceries, you should default to the 5% tip. Let them go above. But Holly's doing great with her strategy too. But here's the thing. So I finally set a minimum, or what Gary was saying, the $20. I say do, like for me, 15% and then of the groceries, but I get a $20 minimum. So if you send me out for $40 worth of groceries, I'm making $20 because I'm not going out for 15% of 40.
Yeah, again, like you said, you're going out for weekly.
Right. If somebody has a smaller order, like $50, yeah, I'm going to do it, but you're paying me $20. Like instead of the 15% on the 50, you're just going to pay me 20. Once it goes over $100, then you're just paying 15% on the whole thing. Now, if they can also have me stop at 5 different places, and one of my clients is already asking me to do that. PetSmart, there's a butcher, there's 3 butchers around me, but there's one butcher that she likes that isn't far, and then the store. That's 3 stops. So each one of those becomes a minimum $20. Even if they don't hit $100, that's $60 right there. And then if let's say the butcher's $70, let's say PetSmart's $80. Okay, that's $20 for each of those because that's my minimum on each stop. And then yeah,
oh, okay,
yeah, and each location they send you to run the card, you're getting 20 15% or $20. But now let's say that they ask for $300 worth of groceries and I'm doing 20%. Or let's say I'm doing the 20%, not the 15, just to keep it easier. They're not going to pay the $20 minimum fee. They're going to pay $60, the 20% of the 300 in groceries. And I already made another 220s at PetSmart and the butcher. So I've now made $100, no tip involved yet. I've made $100.
You can't complain about that. Holly says if you do multiple stores, she adds a discount for the second or third store.
And you have the ability to do that pre or post. Like you can give discounts after the fact if something went wrong, if they needed something by a certain time and you were late, you can do a discount yourself. This is your business.
I'm really fascinated with this. I can't wait for you and Holly to break that down. I know Holly has a lot of information. I can tell through the chat and goes because she's the pro at this point. But yeah, it's a lot of strategy, and strategy is important. But I think just to keep it real basic for the beginners, just get that first client, maybe the default stuff, kind of leave it there. And then obviously, as you get better at your business, you will tinker and you will adjust and change things accordingly. But I don't want anyone to get too overwhelmed just starting out. Go back, I'm going to show the payment. No dollars, $0 a month for the starter. Start with that, get one client, check out your inner circle, talk to some people who do not like Instacart because there's a lot of people who have nightmare stories. It is what it is. It's actually, you can say that for any app, but the groceries is where the money is because they're going to spend the most every week.